What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video. No Genshin again today. I will be covering Genshin tomorrow. Today we're going to be talking about the rest of the teams that are unlikely to have the movie hero Goku on top of them. So is he good on Hybrid Saiyans, and is he going to be good on Super Saiyan 2? Today we're going to cover that right now, team building options, and I already pre-made the teams so that you guys can see examples of what you can mess with, funk around, so on and so forth. Right now the Battle Optimizer still doesn't have Super Saiyan 2 LR Gohan in the system yet, but eventually when it will, obviously you guys just swap that out because right now it's a proxy. So we're gonna test other teams. We're gonna look at the other teams and look at the numbers. The numbers are gonna be faulty, obviously, because of the proxy I'll be using. But yeah, it's gonna be another team for you guys to build if you have some of these units, and it's going to be a good example of what you can do even if you pull the unit and you don't have the movie heroes leader, or maybe you're lacking a Goku's family leader, so on and so forth. So without further ado, actually before we get started with the video, I gotta remind you guys, if you're new to the channel and you guys are interested in Genshin and or Dokkan, consider hitting the subscribe button right down below. I do stream both games, even Destiny. The games I stream are funked around all over the place, but for the most part I'm streaming, I'm playing, I'm making content on the other video games. If you guys like any of the stuff I produce, consider subscribing down below, leaving a like, and hitting the bell so you guys know exactly when my stuff come out for you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So here we are, Dokkan Battle Optimizer. I have some tabs pulled up on Wiki to confirm some things here and there, but ooh, I just spoiled the surprise. Okay, so what you saw was meant to be unseen, but here we go. This is what I like to call my version of Hybrid Saiyans. The reason why I don't want to use the other Gohan is that the other Gohan just lacks synergy with Hybrid Saiyans in general. He's better off on Resurrected Warriors, Saviors, whatever other categories, because his links change at a drop of a hat. Because of between Revival and Shocking Speed, it can just morph and change and just throw you for a loop, just completely wreck you. So the most consistent version of the team is probably going to be Future Gohan as your leader, more likely. And so if you do have Future Gohan because you guys decided to pull for him on that special Halloween banner, because everyone decided to pull for him because he's not going to be back for a long time, well, congratulations, you now can build a pretty good team, pretty strong team, in fact, strictly Hybrid Saiyans. And yeah, it's very strong. So you have AGL Super Saiyan Youth Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 LR Tech Gohan as one rotation, Goten and Trunks, showcasing the new guys. They are a pretty good pair together, and if you have them rainbowed, even excellent. They let you survive random turns, random nonsense, because they tank so well, especially when they have each other next to each other. And then the last thing is the Trunks. Now, I was trying to fit in as much as Bond and Disciple, just in case you need to transform your Future Gohan for the case of he gets attack and defense and Ki +1, and the other stuff 30% for each Bond and Bond of Master and Disciple in your team. So you have 1, 2, and 3. So that gives them 90%. I'm pretty sure it calculates a little bit differently than that. But you're looking at minimum 90% in 3 Ki because of the characters in your team. So that's the main reason why I put the Trunks in there. And there's also Vegeta's family unit, so he's going to be nice and tanky if you need him to use his support function or his attack to boost damage with your units. So for for the most part, here we go. Ignore these. They place the links oddly enough like this because he's not actually that Gohan, so the optimizer reads this completely wrong. Obviously, your main rotation is going to be these two. Your secondary rotation is going to be these two. These are all going to be floaters. And the reason why all of these are floaters is these two are supports for these two, and this guy is a support for everyone. So that way, everything is being supported some way or some function, rather. So we have that team, and I went through it. I went through Hybrid Saiyajins. I went through the leaders. This one's kind of outdated. He's not as good anymore, and his links are meh. Right? Shocking Speed is good, but there's not a lot of Hybrid Saiyajins with Shocking Speed. There's like Goten, maybe? Goten and Trunks for sure, the LR. And then maybe Gotenks. I'm not exactly sure. Like just regular base form Gotenks. And then after that, it changes to like Prepare for Battle and Over in the Flash once you turn Super Saiyan 3. So always moving links, and his links obviously has revival issues. Now that's not to subtract from how amazing this card is. This card's like literally one of the best TURs in the game, if not the best TUR still to this very day. Probably not. Gogeta kind of took his place, but he just makes the game easy. Autopilot, just turn off your brain. But this was pretty much the best choice. He has supportive function, he has a tanking function, he has damage overall, he can stack his damage. So he overall, and he has Prepared for Battle, which is very synergistic with the entire team. So that was what I was looking for, and so I landed on that leader. I went through the list and see what I could put, and for the most part, I landed on this. Now you could replace this with Goten. Gohan, and then put the other Goten in here, the one that makes orbs, so that way you're always getting the active like Goten Gohan Goten rotation that everyone's so crazy about. But for the most part, this is how I'm going to be building my team if I ever happen to pull this guy. So moving on to the next team. Now this is what I call the Kek W, or finally he can do it. So if this has flown under anyone's radar, if you didn't know, this Vegeta is a Resurrected Warriors leader, and if you didn't know, this Android 16 is in Resurrected Warriors, meaning that Gohan gets to transform under this leader. So it's an interesting team. Now obviously you can't do SBR with it because it's mixed between Super Saiyan 2 and Resurrected Warriors. I mean, you could, but if Super Saiyan 2 was an SBR, you would have to take these two out, and you would lose the ability to transform with him. But for things like Legendary Goku Ball or any of the Infinite Dragon Ball history, like this team can see a lot of play very easily. The moment you got on 50%, and he's there, this triggers, you can transform, he gets his real partner, you start dishing out so much damage that it's not even funny. You get one of the most damaging rotations in the game. You have Majin Vegeta just in case one of these guys transform, and you can stick both of them together. And then you have Boo to bring consistency between this rotation right here, or consistency between this rotation over here. You're gonna have these two floating. He gives Ki +3 and 50% attack. So obviously he is also a pretty good support right there. And it only happens when there's a Gohan and Gohan on the team. So he's gonna be supporting these two very, very well. So pretty much Super Saiyan 2 Tech Gohan can sit on teams very, very well. He's very strong and not to be underestimated. And just so you guys know, I did research before I went ahead and put out these teams. I made sure I looked in the revival links to see if there's any worthwhile notices. There is some, but not for like a Hybrid Saiyans type team. I went through Shocking Speed to make sure if there was any, and lo and behold, there's only really like not the best of, like really weak Hybrid Saiyajin cards in here. So that's pretty much it. And then I went through exactly how I felt about him. How much bond master and disciple you're gonna be getting between these guys. So if you notice, these two are on here and the fizz one is over here. And then obviously I needed to make sure how strong he was in this case, and he's very strong for these two. He affects both of them. So if you even wanted to, you can split these guys up and have him supporting each rotation. Although I would kind of strongly be against that. I know they share 4 links, but he's most likely going to transform anyway. And they share 3 links. They do share key, but once again, he's probably best with a transformed Vegeta. And it's a lot more maintenance to keep him untransformed than the other way around. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it to the end, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down there, that red button. Leave a like on the video, and if you guys enjoyed this, consider going ahead and smashing that annotation bell so you know exactly when I show up. And all my links are in the description down below. Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. I draw some stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.